Hey everyone, I just wanted to pop on, and I know it's been a while since I posted any tutorials outside of the classroom where I'm teaching my year-long course, but I kind of wanted to add this one as a little epiphany or just something I've been thinking about lately, and I wanted to share with everyone. And part of it, it's been kind of churning for a while, but I've been working on an oracle deck that's all paintings, and it will be done someday, who knows when. But kind of in the midst of doing that, recently Mary Grace Farron gave a review of a deck that she was given, and she mentioned something in the video that reminded me of something that I used to do and I kind of missed, and that was using saint cards as a type of an oracle deck, or a way of working with the saints, the way you would work not so much with the tarot, but like with an oracle. And it just reminded me how accessible it is nowadays to be able to create your own types of oracle decks pretty inexpensively. And one of the ways that I love to do it, because personally when I'm doing any type of readings, I really use I have three go-to decks that I've just always used. And one is the Urban Oracle, which a friend of mine created, and I just love it. I really connect with it. The other is the Minchiati, which is a Italian, older Italian version of tarot, but it kind of combines playing cards. And I just really love that particular deck for doing readings because it incorporates things like the elements, as well as the zodiac. It's just a really fascinating deck to work with, and I've just probably worked with that one the most. And then the Tarot de Marseille. So, and then of course just regular playing cards. And that is kind of what leads me to this is it's so fun to make your own oracle deck, and it's super easy. The easiest way to do it is just to get a cheapo, deck of playing cards. Sometimes, gas stations have them for, maybe a couple dollars max. Maybe the dollar store you could get a deck of cards. They're really not expensive. And then I like to use collage as a way to create the different cards. The one I kind of did this morning just for fun, I did using some stickers that come from these just really great sticker books, and I bought these originally for me to use with my daughter for projects. And as I was looking through them, I'm like, ooh, these could be really, really good. And so there's two. The one is called The Botanist's Sticker Anthology, and it has a ton. You could do many, many, many decks. But you can see this one is all botanical drawings, and all of these are vintage, so they're in the public domain. So you get this huge book for about $24. And the other one, same company that makes these, they did the Antiquarian sticker book, and it's kind of very natural history-esque, and also old advertising, that kind of thing. And what I do is I just did a small kind of deck for myself, and I did 15 of the cards are just botanicals, and then 15 are more symbolic, are a little more nuanced. And so very simply, the first card I did was just, the rose. And this is just putting a sticker on a playing card and just trimming off, any of the excess. Morning Glory. There's Poppy, California Poppy. And I just added, little butterflies. The Pansy. Got a little little rambling rose, like a briar rose, and then sweet peas. I did the friendship hands on that one. Sunflower, iris, tiger lily, the orchid, water lily with the dragonfly, seaweed. It even had aquatic plants, which I thought was very cool. Cactus. It had desert plants too. A white hydrangea. A little yellow primrose. So that was all the ones that I kind of picked out just really quickly, just to create some botanical cards. And then I'm not done entirely with this because I just kind of started it and did what I could today. This one is the peacock and the all-seeing eye. So, those two kind of go together pretty well. So maybe I would, think of this card as intuition or protection, one of the two, or maybe tapping in more to my intuition. So that's one. And I have Memento Mori. It's like the death card, basically. Then I created one that was more like mystery school science time, like things that have to do with maybe unlocking some secrets. Like this would be kind of that card. I did a little nest with the with the birds, and then also with the feather, so kind of nesting, but also air. Did the sun with the rainbow above it, so kind of light in general. I did this one, which is a little more liminal, the little snail, which I've always been a bit fascinated with snails. The moon, and also kind of the cardinal points on that guy too. A card of chance, or maybe gambling, testing your luck, if you will. This one could have a lot of meanings. Water. This one's my little snake guy, which is sort of, for me, snakes can mean a lot of different things. Healing, but there's also, the aspect of, well, there's a lot to the snake, but this one I did kind of the hand movements too, which, in the Italian ways could be like signatura, or also, just, stand back too at the same time. Like the snake can be helpful and harmful. I've got the little rabbits and the eggs and hatching and new ideas, new life. And then I have my own little version of the lovers, with the two kissing fairies and passion flower, rose, the lock, and all of those things. So that was kind of my idea, was, you can take all these little stickers and put them together in these ways that represent cards that are going to speak to you. No one knows you better than you. And I feel like I love, oracle decks, and I love the concept behind decks that are supposed to be about, sparking your intuition. But really, you're the one who knows the symbols and the ideas and the flowers, or the words that really mean something to you. And why not create a deck that is just something that you can use in a myriad of different ways? This one I was thinking, I put the iris in there, and we've had a couple of volunteer irises. Sorry about the bird outside, it's just very happy. But we've had a couple of volunteer irises pop up on our in our garden this year, and so the iris has been something I've been a little more focused on. And so, like, for example, you can just get a journal. Now in those books, this is one of the stickers that's in there. Like, this is a great just cover. And then I started a first page where I also used one of the stickers that is an iris. And I plan later tonight to use this as kind of my prompt. So the iris, and I just want to write down, the things that I've been reading about regarding irises, the the symbolism, what they mean to me, where they popped up on our property, which is something I will get into in the class that I teach on the Inner Alchemy platform, is, how we plant certain things in certain directions to represent not only warding, but what we're trying to call in, what we're trying to work with on many different levels. So that's kind of one of the ideas, use the card as a prompt, or use it the way you would use an oracle deck, but create your own. It's so easy. This probably, you don't have to use fancy stickers. You can use anything. You can collage from magazines. You can do there's just a ton of things. You can find stuff online that you could just print out, on your printer. These don't have to be archival. It's something you can redo as you go. And really let your imagination and your intuition kind of guide you in that, because I think there's a lot to be said for creating these things for ourselves, and the powerful connection of trusting your gut and trusting your intuition, and not always having to listen to what, I mean, it's always good to listen to what others are teaching you, but at the same time, remember that you're an equal partner in everything, and that your what works for you for a reason. So that's my little hopefully inspiration for everyone, to just get a simple deck of cards. And you can even, like, for example, this one, the Lover's card, I put this over this kind of love, home, like passion, fruition. I put it over the card that is the Ten of Hearts, and that kind of represents some of that in certain reading traditions. So you can even kind of combine it when you overlap on the actual playing cards, depending on what they are. You can take those symbols. They don't even have to be visible, but what's underneath it when you do that in that particular syncretized sort of way. So I hope that helps. I hope it's inspiring, and happy creating.